We stay rooted.
8 Robinson's TV presents
We stay rooted.
The Rooted in Love Show.
We stay grounded. We get our strength from above.
You are watching The Rooted in Love Show, hosted by the Robinson boys.
I forgot to lead off.
He said, welcome to the Rooted in Love Show. This is how you do when you ask somebody to pray. I don't know why I want to start. Right. Hey, welcome to the Rooted in Love Show. We're the Robinson brothers. I'm Mario Robinson. I'm here with Jerald, and y'all introduce yourself.
Yeah, I'm Jerald and Robinson.
Oh, whole name.
Whole name.
I'm Regular Anthony. That's it.
Hey, y'all know him as Uncle Rizo.
Yeah.
A few names, I guess.
We the uncles now, and that's really what we want to talk about today. We want to talk about an initiative that we started 5 years ago called Uncle Art Camp, and it's grown now to something that we really didn't expect, but we love it. It's beautiful. It's a lot of kids involved, but I just want to talk a little about Uncle Art Camp today. So, do you remember when you first started working with kids, like Rizo? Like, what was your early memory of working with kids?
Well, we had a couple of things we had started at the house, Robinson X Games, as we called them.
X Games, I remember the X Games.
Yeah, KJ, Atlas.
Nyree got in one.
Nyree got in the dunk country. We had a basketball goal set up on the basement door, dunking down that tearing stuff up. These different games and stuff to give them something to do right before school. We would always do it the last week of summer so they can have one last event before it's time to, settle down and get back to it.
Yeah.
We ran that for a couple of years, and that's basically how I got started into working with kids.
Yeah, and you've always been working with kids, ain't you?
Yeah, forever, since college. Something, I don't know, we did camps, and it's always been the camps for me, summer camps, football camps. I've been working with Terrell Davis and the boys in college, all the, in Alabama. Going from Alabama.
Oh, that's right. You went to Alabama State.
Free camps for the high schools out there. So half the college boys from Alabama and guys who graduate from different colleges in Alabama that's in the NFL, we would do that and had kids camps and then get on this side. And it's just been school camps, camp for the city, and
Now, have you always did the camps for the school? Like, I know teaching ends around June or May.
Yeah.
Have you always did camps after May ended, or did that start later in your teaching career?
It just started when I got to the middle school.
Okay.
I've been 12. This is my 12th year this year.
He said like that just started. Boy,
time
flies.
You've been in teaching. You've been in teaching for more than that, right?
I'm on 22 this year.
Oh wow, that boy about to retire.
Don't even right.
You can't retire for kids.
Don't even seem like right. And every time I run from it, I've coached and all that, and it's nothing like doing what we do. I stopped all my coaching. It would take all my summers and all my springs. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. And that
quitting coaching and all that got me to where I can do this and do business and everything else.
Yeah, I remember the coach. I remember y'all used to have a game on Friday, then you may have a practice on Saturday, then you got to watch film on Sunday, and then school start back on Monday.
Right, ain't had no break. I ain't seen church, I ain't seen family.
I remember them days, and I was thinking, like, is this what all the coaches really go through this?
Right.
And you see him now, they all say that. Deion Sanders is one of the ones I follow now, and I just see how his life is 100% about his kids. And I'm talking about not just family kids, but he got kids all over that university now. Yeah, they still keep in touch. I seen one of the kids from Jackson State send him a video like, Coach Prime, I did it. And he's not talking about going to. He's just talking about he graduated. He was one of the ones that didn't make it to football, but he was so proud because Prime really wanted to teach them just to be men. Yeah. So he sent him a video say, I got my diploma. And I thought that was a powerful moment because he wasn't talking about football. Yeah. He may never play football again, but that's a young man now that got his degree. And that's kind of how we always work with kids. We seen them as more than athletes, as more than just family kids. Mm-hmm. We seen potential in the kids. And I started out early on. I would get the kids because most of the parents are working, and we found out in the summertime, a lot of the parents don't know what to do with their kids if you don't have a program. So I started letting all the cousins come stay with me during the summer, during the day. and I would take them to all the schools that was giving free lunch programs.
Yeah.
So they would come to me.
Programs is
Brag about
expensive.
that.
Yeah, and we would go into the program. Now I had a couple kids be like, I only eat school lunch. I'm not gonna eat in the summertime anyway. And what I would do, like I was a real uncle. I I guess you ain't gonna eat then. And I guarantee by the time we got finished, they'd be like, eat that school lunch.
Yeah.
Because they talk. I see that a lot now. I see a lot of clips about how the difference between how an uncle treats a kid and how a parent would.
Yeah.
You know,
And it's a two-edged sword.
And oftentimes,
Yeah, you get to have a lot of fun, but it is a little stricter when it comes to
it
stuff
really is.
we hold you to.
free use.
And I used to laugh like you remember how the X Games used to go, man. I used to laugh at now. This guy was giving the kids money. I'm talking about cash money.
We made them
For-
old school.
I'm talking about for relay races to see who can do a drill fast enough, and just to see what he had transpired. I'm talking about the kids was doing the relay races and they was running like they was in the Olympics.
Hard.
I'm talking about hard.
That's one of the good perks of a real uncle time. When you got them good uncles, you get cash money.
Cash money.
No
Yeah,
trophy.
you walked out with something. You walked,
Yeah.
It wasn't no trophy, but you at least can get a dollar ring. But there was a $50 ring, $20 ring, $10, and a $5. That was the ones everybody wanted.
Man, look.
They made rings.
Yeah.
The rings. Do y'all remember? See, y'all might not be old enough to remember when we used to make rings out of dollar bills and bills.
Try to keep that picture.
Yeah, you fold. You got to fold it in a particular way that when the picture, of the face of the bill is right on top of your knuckle.
Yeah.
Now, and he was the master of that. Like,
So you knew who was on top.
You come out at X Game. I didn't even ask him. I just remember coming to X Game and seeing like a little bowl or something just full of money, and it was all folded in these little rings. And I just laughed. I was like, boy, you got one right there. But the kids loved it.
They loved
The kids loved it. The Uncle Aunt money rings,
They
man.
got to wear them home and show their parents.
Yeah.
Different kind of trophy. Different kind of trophy. Spit that.
And think about that. We might need to bring that back.
Hey, we motivated.
We might need to.
You think about
We
that.
didn't do a relay.
We might need to bring that back.
We haven't did relay races in a while.
Like the dollar rings, but yeah. So Uncle Art Camp really was a combination of all of us working with different parts of our community, different kids in the family and outside the family, and really just wanting to bring something that we can control, that it was ours and our brand, and we can really. It really just started. We just wanted to help the kids in the family.
Yeah.
That's really how it started. Like, I had no idea that the community would be this involved at this point, but we started, it was 9 kids.
Yeah, we didn't think
And
that far. We was just-
it was all family except for this guy right here always got about 3 extra kids because he got like 4 kids and their friends is like
They
our
family
neighbor.
is family.
Yeah,
So even though they was not part of the 8 grandkids and all that from the parents, but hey, they was still family.
You had,
They came up together.
Jalen and Jake were the ones that's always been with us.
Mhm.
Yep. So he always had extra kids. So we started out with 9 kids. And we just had them, we let them spend the night at the house. We did a year at my house, a year at his house.
bonkers.
Nerf gun wars in the house. Oh,
Hey, look.
I still don't think people understand how camps go because they thinking of camps and the kids got fed. They did some activities, went home. They spending the night
all day.
Breaks, get mad, get happy, whatever. We
5 days. We got the kids with us, and they do 2 art lessons a day. In the morning, they'll do physical art where you actually drawing. In the afternoon, we try to do more like a craft because we are a STEAM camp, so we want to have something where they're using their minds, their hands, their building. He had the kids out there changing bicycle tires one day. Just
hey man, we do that.
And if I hadn't got out there in time, he would have been teaching them how to change oil.
Somebody's time went flat, so we just turned it into a lesson.
Man.
Yeah.
We was out there racing the bikes, and one of them hit the driveway. And we had to change the inner tube. And they ain't never did the inner tube. I'm like, how old y'all boy 10, 11 years old? You ain't never, that's one of them uncle things.
That one uncle
Teach them
thing.
how to change the inner tube. We right back at it riding again. But they learned some lessons. Learned some good how to work together and do it. Somebody had to stand on the handlebars. Somebody had to hold the tire.
I remember that.
It was a whole ordeal, man.
And we got a photo of that. I'll probably put that photo up in the video so I can see that moment when the kids learned how to change a bike tire. Are there any other memories? Because we talking about old camps now. Do you have any memories from those old first camps that just stand out to you?
I mean,
Like
we
it-
were learning. We planted stuff.
Oh, we did. We did gardening.
Learning how to plant.
Learning how to plant.
We wanted food and food stability, all that stuff to be in those lessons too. You know,
Yep.
going on that science side of STEAM. And
I love growing stuff too. So yeah, I think that was big. Like it's just. And
they see our passions, you know. So we want to
Right.
we want to show them
Bring the same stuff we do all the time.
And then the sports day where we all had the kids out. I just remember early on seeing my brother. They got the kids out. I'm talking about doing push-ups. And you got to think some of these kids ain't never really did 10 push-ups in their life. When we first met them, they couldn't do they couldn't do one. Some of them couldn't do one push-up.
Yeah.
You know, and we just laugh at them like we might be laughing at them like, bro, they don't push up, boy.
Oh yeah, get your arm right. Yeah,
put your butt down, man. You got your butt all in the air.
You want to start over. You got to know, like all of us stay fit. For, since we were younger, and you've been in sports and whatnot.
Man,
that's part of the kids look up to us because they know, they try. That's like in class, the kids try to act all tough, want to come out and flex and stuff. Because they know, their uncle gonna stay strong.
Yeah.
That was another part of that Friday, having the game that you got to go against the uncles.
Oh yeah.
Like they love that.
That's a big part of that.
The younger guys, they tell you watch stuff and you all this, and then we go out there and beat. We ain't lost a year yet now. We're still undefeated. The uncle's still undefeated.
Right.
It's one of the things that
the trash talk.
You get to play with the niece and nephew. Like you actually play and engage in sports with them, and I think that's a great thing. Like,
the ladies think we're crazy, but that's another part of that. The manhood type of deal in the world.
I think we should address that part of Uncle Art Camp when I've had so many comments like, why can't it be Auntie Art Camp, or why are the aunties involved? And we hear all that, we understand all that. But for Uncle Art Camp, this is about kids being engaged by positive male role models, men. And it's nothing against the aunties. We have aunties that help us and work with us. They work just as hard as we do to keep the camp running. Your wife is one of the, like, without her, there's no Uncle Art Camp without Keisha.
Backbone to it.
Oh yeah.
We have a lot of
but the core element here is these kids get to engage with men. Some of these don't even have a lot of male role models in their homes. And when they come to our camp, they get that at least for a week every year. We're going to give them good lessons. We're going to talk to them about, because we get a lot of the conversations parents won't get. Because they're outside of the home now. So they're giving us conversation about the girlfriend, about bullies, about how they feel about how people talk about them or look at them, all the peer pressure stuff. We get so between drawing, this year we started saying a lot that it's more than art.
Life lessons.
Oh yeah, it's about more than art. They
just at a camp.
And we learned too, because I tell you, one of the moments I remember the most is the year they started the underground boxing ring. and before I knew it, the kids done found an old set of boxing gloves.
I had them tucked away. They weren't supposed to find them, man.
They found an old set of the boys. Let me say, the girls are always good. And let's say every year the girls are just great. They don't bother nobody. They finish their artwork. But the boys, when you got a bunch of boys from kindergarten all the way to 18.
Well, this is another reason this is needed.
Anything can happen,
no matter what. So when you with a group of positive beings, you're gonna find a way to channel it and not let it get out of hand.
And we understand, and that's something I know because we grew up as brothers. It's 6 boys in our family, 2 girls. So we know there's always gonna be that thing to see, okay, who's the fastest, who's the toughest, who's the strongest. Yeah. And please believe, when you put a bunch of little boys together, they gonna try to, whether you want it or not, they gonna try to figure that out.
It's gonna be a fight whether you want it to happen or not. All that type of stuff.
They're going to wrestle.
How you going to work with it?
They're going to fight. They're going to push. And what we do, we try to help them channel that. But I had no idea. And they loved it. They loved the boxing. Like, but when I had some on film, but I never put the footage out because I don't want us to get sued. But they had, it was only one pair of gloves that they can use. So you would wear one glove and you had to put the other hand behind your back. Yeah, so and they swinging at each other. You just see this and I'm talking about they swinging hard. I'm talking about.
Look, E-Man was on Mike Tyson trash.
E-Man throwing haymakers.
His trash talk was epic.
E-Man was throwing haymakers and talking the most trash. He was the smallest thing in there.
Yeah, he was surely what he is now.
Yeah.
Jumping at people.
And even the ones like Nigel that really not into that, Nigel stuck in there. He went a full round.
Yeah, he got some rounds.
He might have did 2 or 3 rounds. Actually,
we're laughing and it sounds crazy, but it even helped the timid ones, getting them more confidence. No, I'm getting in there. The rest of the boys in there, I'm getting mine too.
And they all did it. And I said, you know what, y'all, we ain't gonna bother. Now we got the Nintendo Wii.
Yeah.
And they can box virtually.
Physically box.
They can box and the only thing I had to worry about now is either them swinging and hitting somebody that's walking by in the head or hitting my TV.
Same trash talk, but no full contact.
Yeah, that's the main thing there.
Like, that's the other thing we learned, that they actually weren't trying to hurt each other. They understood.
No
all
kids
rules.
were hurting. Now,
no headshots and stuff like that.
Yeah, no kids were hurt.
So we out here just having fun, and they had fun with it.
Yeah. I want to take a moment just to transition into this year's Uncle Art Camp. Like we y'all have found out a little bit about the history of Uncle Art Camp, how we started, how we got there. But this year was something special. We had the most kids ever. Ooh. We had 28 kids registered and 23 showed up. And we pretty much stayed around 20 the whole week.
Yeah, some could only come 3 days for the, so it was a little up and down.
And it was a wide range. We went from 4-year-old, what's our older kid, 17, 16?
Yeah, 17.
That's a wide range.
Wide range.
We've ran camps before, and people, teachers who know us and stuff like that. Nobody does that.
Nobody does.
Everybody always wants to separate them,
and they still tell me to do that. I still get feedback like, why don't y'all separate them in the class? I'm like, I thought about it like, no, because this is a family field.
That's another part of men time and how our family works. Though.
When we grew up, this is what it felt like to be. If you went out with the bigger cousins and the brothers, you may not have got to do everything. You was glad to be there.
Yeah.
So if they fishing, maybe they got the fishing rod. You got to be the one to go and get the bait or go find more worms. So we walk around looking up on the rocks finding worms. So it was never about separating. It was about just identifying what you was good at.
You feel like a big man because you got to do something. Just like when we did some of the uncles, and when they do stuff with us, they get their confidence. They feel bigger. Like, man, I got to do something with Uncle Rizzo, man. Yeah, I fixed that bike with me. Let me hold a wrench or something.
Yeah,
it looks like it's nothing, but that means something to a little kid or a child.
It really do. It really do. You have to give kids those opportunities to just feel like they're part of something, and that's kind of what we do. And it's no child. It's almost similar to the No Child Left Behind type thought process, where we may cater to a little kid where if we're doing a painting activity, we may pour that paint for them. Older kids, y'all come get y'all own paint. Or we used the glue gun this year.
Yeah.
So a lot of the kids.
I got scarred.
He was the only one that got hurt. He was the first one to get burnt.
Uncle got burnt.
The first one got burnt.
It took 2 weeks for that to heal up. Like, I really got burnt trying to fix it.
Hey, he picked his hand up. I seen pink. I was like, oh no. I said, oh no.
E-Man strikes again.
Bolo got hit with the hot glue gun. But it's stuff like that, so we wouldn't let a younger kid use glue. Yeah, we'll use the glue. The older kids can use it, but it was just one of those things where we really have to figure out how do we design activities where everybody can participate.
That usually wouldn't happen with anybody else either, because a lot of people just like don't want to deal with that. Like, no, we're gonna show you. If it's hot, I'm gonna show you. Don't touch it. I didn't mean burn myself, but those all the tiny lessons that other folks might not do. That's stuff that you get with the uncles and
oh yeah, I know. We had to slow down. The first day I was doing sketching, and I've been doing it so long with Uncle Art Camp that I kind of forgot we're dealing with kids. A lot of them new, and I just let them draw. Just go and draw. And what happened was everybody finished within 15 minutes?
No more than 30. We get 30.
Everybody was done, and I'm looking around like, okay, what do we do now? I kind of froze up for me, like, what do we do now? And we got together by the next day and said, you know what? We need instructions. Mm-hmm. We need step-by-step instructions, because that's going to make them slow down and think about their process. So it's like even us as the uncles, we sometimes got to pivot because I'm thinking that the kids, like especially our kids, they've been doing this 5 years now, so they know what to do. But the new kids, you put them all together, they just start drawing.
I should have been on top of it, but that pushed us more into curriculum side of what we're doing.
We had to get back to that.
Actual teachers, license everything in the family.
Right. And we knew this. We usually have some type of curriculum. And I don't know, it was first day, a lot of kids, a lot of stuff happened. It just kind of slipped my mind.
Last year we had a different group of kids. The kids last year, once you told them to do it, they did so much detail, it took them longer. They
Yeah.
took those pictures and really sat down and wanted to draw every little aspect. This group we had this year, they were more, just let me get the gist of it. It looked like it and kind of left it at that. You know, they didn't really put the detail work in. And I think that might have been the difference of the difference of kids.
And that's the disclaimer too for me. Is like, I'm not telling you all that we want your kids to be Michelangelos and the next big artist. We know they may not never do art again for the whole year after they come to Uncle Art Camp, and they just do it when they come back. But it's more about
Bigger than that.
structure and learning how to discipline yourself, how to finish what you started. Like, it's all these lessons, how to work with other people, how to have critical conversations. Because a lot of times you do have it may only be 2 black markers and 4 people want to use them. Right. You got to figure out, we ain't gonna answer that for you. You go talk to them.
Yeah.
Go ask them, hey, when you get finished, you mind if I use the black marker? So they learning how to have these conversations, like critical conversations.
I just went through it. If y'all don't know, I just finished the first week of school. And my school
that's right.
started back. So I just had all those talks. Like, just like we do a camp, like, it's bigger. I know 99% of y'all probably never going to want to be an artist, an actual artist. But if you don't get this creative thinking, problem solving, all that, and use it, your life is going to be tough. 100% guaranteed if you can't figure something out. I told them, like, what if we just sitting here drawing and you look up and the zombie's at the back door? What you going to do?
Right.
And they think got nothing to do with art, but that just creative thinking is one of the kids. Well, I'm going to get the AR-15. Like, so, you see, that's why you get bit first. We're in school, so we know nobody's going to have no guns and stuff like that. And you truly have to figure something out. You know, I've already thought through it in split 3 seconds or whatever. Like, we're going here, I can get through that back door, we can do that. And just basic thinking like that comes through what we teach with them.
And we saw that too on day 2 when they had to make their own pizza on paper first, and then they got to cook their pizza. So you had kids trying to figure out, like, how do I make pepperoni? And then after they got into it, you seen the imagination start flowing. Somebody may cut circles out, or they may have cut squares, or because we didn't give them no limits on what you can make on your pizza. Yeah. And somebody, instead of just drawing on a sheet of paper, they cut a circle. Then they cut a triangle out like a slice was missing. Then they cut ingredients and put it on top of the paper, glued everything down. So they made an actual paper piece out of paper, but somebody else may have just drew it with pencil. But you've seen all these different interpretations of one idea, and that's what we want to see. Like, we don't want them to think that everybody got to be the same.
We had a couple even cut out some, make a yellow pepperoni. Hey, let me know what that be like.
Just
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, push your imagination.
Be creative
push your
about it. It got to be
imagination.
a standard, what you see every day. Push it. See what it is. I seen some yellow sauce on one of them. They were just using their mind and really starting to put stuff together. Some of them had themes on them.
And you have some kids that'll sit there and look at the paper for 30 minutes because they haven't opened their minds up to think. Like, everything for them is so literal, so matter of fact. And so, we work with them. We just sit with them and work with them.
It's obvious when you standing back. Let me go over.
And they may need the steps. Draw a circle. Color the circle.
A lot of folks
now
won't
put
do
some
that.
stuff on it.
I'm catching myself up. Like, we got this group of kids we working with now from the last couple of years on up to maybe 5th grade. Like, creativity is just gone. So you can't just throw something out. Like I say, all right, we're gonna do a pizza with paper and just step back. Like, you got to do that step by step.
They need time to unlock their creativity, unlock their imagination.
So we learning along the way. That's the good part about it too. Like, we looking and learning.
Oh yeah. And I love by day 3, and I'm trying to go through the days and think back how our high school teacher, Miss Tracy Gross, came by. And I was scared. The day before. I'm texting her like, you know what? Are you sure you want to come? Because I'm telling, like, these ain't the type of kids that's in your class. These kids may, like, they may jump on your car and throw and shoot your car with water gun before the lesson. And then you got to calm them down, teach them, and right after the lesson over, now they're gonna jump on you. Like, and they just playing. That's how we play with them. Like, we uncles. Like, we really treat these kids like uncles treat kids. We rough them up. We play with them. We love on them. We laugh with them. We joke with them. We play video games with them. And I got my high school teacher coming. And when she say, you know what, I'm used to this. Like, I'm okay. I've been teaching for all these years. I say, you know what, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. I'm gonna trust your experience. And she came, and it ended up. And I got a little mad because the kids started telling me that was the best activity all week.
She was creative.
How you come to our camp your first time, and the kids tell us they like your activity better than ours. But I love it. I love it.
Watching the kids too was really good because as soon as she pulled up, they actually ran out and helped her get.
They helped her bring stuff into the house.
And they felt good about it. Little Tommy, smallest one, had a handful of stuff about to fall over, and that was cool.
And then I learned from her because one of the things she said when she first started out, she said there are no rules. Did y'all hear what she said that? Mm-hmm. And a statement that small when it comes to art help open up their minds before they even started. I'm like, I'm gonna adopt that.
Yeah, that was nice.
There are no rules. Like, I don't care what it looked like or what you use or how you glue it or how you put it down. Just create.
Yeah.
Build up, draw flat, build out. Like, and what she did, she bought a bunch of random objects, from metal objects, wood objects, plastic objects, shoestring, like beads, whatever. And they had to build something out of that. And she didn't tell them what to build, how to build. And she started explaining what she got. And I had one little kid, hey, Uncle Mario. He said, Uncle Mario, can you get me those? You see those shoestrings? He wanted the shoestring. What was the shoestring? Had the logo on there? It was a shoestring. I forgot the company logo that was on the string that he wanted. But it was some custom shoestring. He wanted them things so bad. And I was like, look, when she say go, you better get them shoestrings. I can't.
The Iron Chef show.
Yeah,
I
can't get them. And by the time he got to him, somebody had done grabbed one pair of them, cut them in half. Because they only want half of it. So now you don't got the shoes. Now you got to do.
Yeah, you got to work with it.
You got to use the other one. So, but it was that just idea of a table full of what most people would call junk. And yeah, she was just talking about how that junk connects to your heart and how your heart, once you build and grow, like everything grows from there. And I was like, this is a powerful lesson. I don't even know if they understand.
That's one of the best ways to start thinking is just put some stuff in front. Now you have to think, what can I do with that? You know,
it's like jump from the heart to art. It's like the whole process. And I'm like, man, I love this.
She was a great one.
Yeah, so she said she might be interested in coming back. So we would love to have you back.
So we do,
Miss
have
Tracy.
aunties.
Yes. Yeah, so don't think it's all the uncles just trying to be like manpower, all about men.
No. Came last year.
Oh yeah.
Putting the ladies down with, I don't want anybody to ever think about anything like that. It's just the kids need that balance. Both sides of things. We're gonna be different. It's guaranteed.
I see that. I see that so much. And this might not be the platform to discuss that, but I have seen an uptick in this. We don't need men society, and then also we don't need women society. So you got these two things, and I said some of the most successful people in the world have had a strong man or a strong woman beside their side, or a strong partner, or just somebody else outside of yourself.
You get them working together. You can't beat.
We just got to work together, and that's what I'm saying. If we can figure out how to work together, and this year was proof of that. Yeah. Work together and trust. Like they have to trust us uncles to be us uncles. It was one time, at one moment, I told the kids, if y'all gonna keep wrestling in my house, just go outside in the grass. I got a big backyard. I keep my grass cut. My grass is green, and it's no animals pooping in the backyard. So it's just go wrestling. And one like Auntie was like, I don't know if that's a good idea. I said, get out my house, like go. And how about every day when the art lesson finished, the same group of kids went outside and wrestled in my backyard.
One came back with a tooth in his hand.
Hey, look, I found out the tooth was already loose, but we did get a lost tooth at Uncle Art.
Proud of it though. He proud of it.
It felt so good though when they came back. It was like, man, and like a bad job. Really had a good little. I was watching. I stood back. I didn't like go and try to do all that stuff. I just stood back and let him get a look in.
And then the wagon that you left in my house, a little black wagon. You remember you bought a wagon, and when he moved, he left a wagon there. The kids found the wagon and turned that into this. I thought that was gonna
downhill bobsled.
I thought that was gonna pull each other in the wagon. They put the wagon at the top of the hill. They get in the wagon and then they just let go.
Just let it do what it do.
Let it
No
do what it.
breaks.
It's
We men, so the worst thing you can see is somebody, little girl, sitting there. You know, we still men, so we coddling the little girl. We don't want nothing to happen to somebody.
I don't want nothing to happen.
Nothing to the girl.
That's the first one to jump in, little baby.
And it's gonna turn over every time. It's gonna the wagon go, and they knew this. It's gonna turn over by the time we get to the bottom of the hill. The only thing it can either turn over is gonna hit I had raised bed gardens, so it's gonna hit the raised bed garden. So it's one or the other gonna happen. And man, they had so much fun doing that.
Get in that first.
They had a blast, but the girls seemed like they had more fun with it.
Yeah, they was loving it.
I'm gonna feel less bad if one of the boys get hurt.
And you can check the videos. This is a good time. Shout out at UncleArtCamp.com. Follow us everywhere at Uncle Art Camp.
Yeah.
And you will see some of the videos we're talking about.
Gallery up.
We still got a lot of photos that we haven't released yet. So we'll be promoting all year until the next one. So you can go online.
See happy faces just wild and not go crazy back there.
Yeah, man, it was a great year. And then Angelo he did the art lesson. Which lesson did you do this year?
We did so much. I'm
trying to remember. Like I'm trying to make sure I get all of them. Angelo was doing art. We had the painting.
Watercolor, painting.
He had to build something too. Recycled project.
I helped out with that and got burnt, and then I got what else?
Kaleidoscope.
Yeah, we did the Kaleidoscope.
Yep.
Those were cool.
Yeah, man. It was
little engineering in there.
Yeah, we had the little kit. We went to Amazon and found a kit where you got to put mirrors inside of a comb, and then you draw a pattern on a circle that you can look through it and spin it, and it make these weird shapes through the kaleidoscope. So that was a good project for them.
See, smaller kids, they better than the bigger kids. You know?
Yeah, the big kids they ain't understand the mission.
The smaller kids they listen to instructions very well.
That's something we learned.
And that's something we even put with the watercolor this year. Last year we did we was creative thinking with the watercolor. This year we brought it back down a little simpler. Who can follow instructions?
Yes.
If you follow them exactly, you had a nice little sunflower at the end. If you did any step out of order, it was gonna look messed up.
And you would finish your painting, and when you got finished, you can paint what you wanted to paint. So that's something we did find out, that a lot of the older kids, that because they know something, they don't want to follow instructions. They just want to do what they know, and you got to really listen to instructions, because this may be different.
Yeah,
like we just talked about
away from what you know.
We just talked about watercolor paper this year, where we was talking about some people soak the paper in a tub before they paint it. Right. And when you got a high level paper, but the way I paint, I never need my whole paper wet when I do watercolor, because I'm trying to do very detailed. I don't want the paint to spread when it touches the paper, so I have to have the paper dry.
Controlling the water first.
My brush is very wet, but the paper is dry, so I can control my brush stroke. So all process different. So if I'm trying to teach you something, you just run upstairs and put your paper in the bathtub, you basically got a wet piece of paper and can't do nothing what you're doing.
That was the main part of this year, is because if you did the background first, and that was wet in the whole sky, and you put your clouds and your colors of the sky, but you already had drew your sunflower. So if you wet your sunflower, and then your clouds going into your sunflower, you're not gonna be able to do the details. So all the people who skipped that first step and went on ahead and wet it, they, instead of having the bright yellow sunflower, it was a little green, the little sea green, because you done messed your colors up. But the ones that listen, now you got to put the detail in your flowers, and it made it pop, because there's more details on the flower than the background. And that was the whole point, to see who would listen all the way through to the end, so you can even get seeds in the middle. And that surprised me was a lot of the younger kids made it all the way to the seeds and was so proud of it. I'm like, that's what's up.
Yeah.
I like to see the little kids being proud of their work.
Struggling with the older kids. I'm in middle school, if people don't know, but we're showing them that through the different lessons, through different ones of us and different people we have come through, no matter who you're dealing with, where you at, there's different set of instructions, different set of way that you gotta do things, and you gotta be able to adjust.
You gotta be able to unlearn just to learn sometimes. You gotta be able to let go.
Right there.
Let go of everything you think you know, and just give somebody the benefit of the doubt. Be teachable.
Yeah, it's not even forget what you know. It's forget what you think you know. Right.
Right.
Yeah. Even if and
we do the same thing.
Degrees and everything.
Yeah, we do the same thing
because they was teaching us.
I love when they show me something different. Yeah.
That didn't work. So
yeah.
Let me try this next time.
Now what we I'm gonna make a pivot here to the we had a sports day, and we lost Uncle Ant. Now I don't know if y'all can see his leg right here, because we got this table right here. But Uncle Ant been on one leg since July 4th.
Yeah.
when we had our annual basketball game.
We deviated from the plan.
Wait, let me not. It's not an annual. It's an annual uncles versus nephews game. Last year was football.
Yeah.
Somehow they talked us into basketball.
This year it was
The
basketball.
problem was that we didn't have a different sport. Our problem was the little kids had something to do right off. Usually we have a place to where all the little kids got to be incorporated. So we do drills. We do a lot of little stuff. Sort of
Relay races,
kind of involved, catching the ball. We did football, so they got to run and do little receiver patterns. So just so they can feel involved with the bigger kids. And once they got tired and wanted to go to the playground, we can send them off. This year they went straight to the playground.
And maybe we had a larger group this year, so I don't know if we was as prepared for this, because usually, like you say, everybody would have to come and meet in a spot, and we do drills and we work out and we run and we get prepared to be outside. We move around. But this year when we got to the courts in Hiram, shout out to Hiram Courts, beautiful location, basketball playgrounds, like it's a beautiful location to bring your kids. And the kids all had something to do, and now there's some that did act like they didn't have nothing to do. I noticed they would just sit on the bleachers and be on phones or whatever. But what they found out was it's a great place to find Pokemon. So anybody that had the Pokemon app, we just started walking around and they can collect Pokemon. They got 2 different playgrounds. So now you got 2 different areas for the kids to come. There's a lake that you walk around. Don't mess with that lake though. We're gonna talk about that lake, boy. That lake water might be hazardous.
Exactly. The Lepers went there was a court full of older kids. And the older kids, they from 10 all the way up to 16, 17. So they weren't really trying to warm up. Them younger kids, they warm up with a game of 21. Yeah. So I'm like, you know what? I did a little stretching. We'll walk around and do a little something. And the 21 game, it was going good. So I started winning. And it started getting serious. And I said, man, these boys down low playing. So I went one of them old school tricks where you bounce it off the backboard. And you come up over somebody, you know what I'm saying? Right. Get on top of it and go ahead and do what you're going to do. And big boy caught me in the air and took me out. Ended up tearing my quadril. I tore my quad tendon is what I had to have surgery the next week. And like I said, it wasn't even though, he apologized 100 times. I said, man, this basketball, this part of Uncle Art camp. I said, imagine if this would have been you on the ground hurt. We still would have had to, it's one of the things we learned. You don't get mad. We showed how to keep composure. He even picked me up and carried me over there to the bleachers and second down. Man. So, it teach them something where,
shout out to you.
For that.
A lot of times stuff like this happened, the whole camp shut down.
No, we keep.
He asked his wife to get into the car. We helped him get to the car. He said, y'all keep going.
The game did not stop.
Yeah, the game kept going. Y'all keep going. Hey, call and let me know what happened.
They finished and the uncles did win, but we was
so many lessons, man.
And then you even came back.
Yeah,
he came back to end the day.
I want you to go home and put it up and ice it every 2 hours. I said, I got some kids waiting on me. I got to get back. And they got some food. I got to get back.
Right.
But look, shout out to Rosie. She had sent me a heartfelt little video telling me I need to get back. She was worried. And I couldn't let her go home and not know if I was okay or not. So I had to get back and let her see that I was still good.
Yeah, she was toe up. Yeah, she was toe up.
You got people depending on you, and these kids learning something happened, but it ain't the end of life. And even if I'm hurting or whatever, you didn't have to do it. But I think it gave them a good lesson. And your boy picked me up and helped you and all that after he bumped you, so having some empathy and sympathy for somebody else. So many little micro lessons within it, man. It was bad, but I was loving it. I was hurt too. I almost got the back tendon and I eased off of my play but so the uncles were sore.
Eric.
And I had a lot of people tell me, "Oh, you should have known. Y'all too old for that. Why you out there playing?"
Nah, man.
What they don't realize is we out there spending time and making memories with these guys. It's about to be in college. They about to be moving on. Them high school 4 years don't. a good 80% of that group that was playing was in high school.
And you'll never.
So they're gonna be gone in 4 years.
I think Amari was moving to Florida.
Yeah, that was his last year.
So we lost him. Like he's in Florida now, so we won't get him no
He
more.
was the guy that fell on me. So, but just for him to be out there and got to enjoy, he was so proud of his paintings. He loved all the activities.
And I like that because at the beginning of the camp, this was the guy that was so uncertain about his artwork. I don't like it. It's ugly. Like this is bad. Like I can't do art. I told y'all I can't do art. And then by the end of the camp, he walking around, Uncle Mario, look at this picture, man. This is dope. I did this.
Yeah.
And then I was like, can I keep the picture they put in our art show? Because we have an art show with the South Carolina Arts Alliance every year around July. So we sometimes put our kids' art in there. And he was like, Uncle Mario, I think I'm gonna have to keep it. And I said, you know what? But I love that he took that. That showed me he had started from point A where he felt like he could do no art. And by the end of the week, he was holding up paint and saying, I can't wait to keep this and take this home to show my mom.
And I got a chance to drive him home and had some great conversation with him that wouldn't have happened the week before. When we started. So just seeing that one kid, it was enough for me to see that one kid. We had a whole bunch, but that growth that he just got in that 1 week was, man, you can't beat that anywhere. You won't see that in a regular camp. Like all that time we spent and the memories.
Oh yeah, man.
You're not gonna see that because I worked the school camp, the city camp, and all the other camps, and it just don't happen like that.
Well, even outside of camp, I always keep all the teenagers at the house, at my house, and just to see how they come in. The covers everywhere, the air mattress still down, socks. Don't nobody know whose socks, whose size. And then by Wednesday, I keep it tight around here. So I'm coming down there in the morning. We stay up late. They playing games.
You gotta wake
all
up.
that stuff. So once it hits 6 o'clock, we gotta be at Mario at 7:30. So we gotta get up 6:30. Showers. Most of them took showers when they got home.
I remember that first day.
Showers.
First day,
all that.
he brought them to my house super early, and they all going in the bathroom. I'm like, what happened? He said, we got to take a shower. I said, you should have took it.
Only two
They missed the shower
my
time.
boys already knew what time it was.
So he
my
brought
boys took their shower.
They had to come to Uncle Art Camp and go take a shower at Uncle Art Camp.
Clothes. They was upset. I said, well, we can watch them when we get back, but we got to get the shower. Yeah, man. But then by the end of the week, they had learned. There was some, they was getting up 5:30 taking showers. I get down there, they was already had their mats up. They put their clothes in Walmart bags. There wasn't socks everywhere. You can see the progression of how they learn how to, even though I'm not some super strict parent, but I do keep when you get up, some of the steps you do.
I just keep saying
it first.
Uncle Art Camp is about so much more than art.
It is.
It's about so much more.
You done heard 1,000 little micro lessons.
Now, the thing that I want parents to know too, because I get this, we're not a boot camp.
Nah.
This is not the place to send your kid. If you got a kid that's rude, that talks back to you, that fights you, slaps you, you can't send them to Uncle Art Camp and expect us to change the kid over a week. This ain't the camp. You want to send them to the Army boot camp, to you know what I'm saying, to the real boot camp.
Yeah.
No, actually send them to a boot camp. We're not a boot camp.
Nah.
We're an art camp. We're a summer art camp. If your kid was messy before he came to Uncle Art Camp, he probably gonna be messy when he come home.
Yeah.
We
gonna give some tips now. We gonna send it
yeah,
back.
we gonna give some tips and stuff, but we not gonna put them in a dark closet for punishment for not doing something. I'm just gonna tell them, look, if you don't pick that up, we jumping on you.
Yeah, or to be there when you get back. That's what they learn real quick. If you don't put your air mattress up, I do got a cat down here. He be all over the place. He pop a hole in your air mattress, guess where you sleeping?
Yeah.
So that made him get up.
And they had to learn about putting food out because they was putting food in the garbage can downstairs in my bathroom. And by day 2, I had a trail of ants. Coming in my bathroom. So we had that talk like, look, we got a huge garbage can outside. Like, before you put food in here, take it around and put it outside or put it in a bag.
Learn cleanliness, hygiene.
Yes, so it's stuff like that we learn. But I just really wanted people to know, like, we're not a boot camp, like, because we've had some kids that, like, 1 year. I know we talked about past episode. We had a fight 1 year. Yeah. This was about 3 years ago. We had a fight, and me and you had to break it up. Mm-hmm. And we looking like, okay, y'all, we can't. This ain't what Uncle Art Camp about. Like this ain't the place for that. Mm-hmm. And So stuff like that we've had to deal with. Of course, we're camp. We got young kids, especially young boys at this big range of age. You talking about testosterone and everything everywhere. Everybody's trying to figure out who the alpha and who bigger, who's strong. Like we help to deal that and channel that energy into better places.
Yeah.
Into the art or even to video game competitions.
We end up helping each other out. We end up, lifelong friends, better cousin time.
I do like how the quiet ones end up being the most spoken out by the end of the week. One's a little shy, used to being around loud people or that kind of thing, and by the time they done made a friend, had a couple of them come in the door, we always greet them at the door and make it a big thing that they hear, and so we can start the party, really celebrate them coming. And some of them, I don't know anybody, I haven't met anybody, but just find you a seat, and by the time we get finished this first lesson, I'm going to introduce you to somebody. So we introduced them to a couple of people, and we had little, especially the girls. The girls really what set me off this year. Because those girls, we never had that many girls the same age all come at one time, and to see the friendships and the best friends, and the next thing you know, they playing, hand-packed games and all kind of stuff.
When I seen the Miss Mary Mac.
The Miss Mary Mac. I ain't heard that since I was
dressed in black.
I would have had a little right there, but my kid don't
Yeah, it was great, man, to see how they evolved over the week and really learn how to be friends. Because that's a lesson too, how to be friends. It ain't always sweet. They might be using that color that you need, and you really want that color. You still can't go over there and just grab it. Yeah. So they learn how to deal with that and how to blend together and really work it out. So a lot of lessons learned.
Yeah, man. Well, I appreciate all the families that brought kids out, because I know that's another side of that too, where it's hard to let go of your kids, to even send them to somebody, to trust us with your kids. And I know that's a lot.
Well, we didn't touch on. Did we touch on that? Like, we had autistic kids.
Oh yeah.
All the whole spectrum of kids, along with the whole age gamut. Also.
Yeah.
We have trained people for that too.
I am licensed special ed in the school system, even though I had it on my resume because I ain't going. It's just art and science.
But even having Joe here, that she's trained in it as well. She works. Yeah. She works at a place that deals with that, and just knowing how to handle. So it was one time we had one of the girls that was losing it, and she really sat beside her and helped her put her kaleidoscope together.
Yeah, just broke down. She was done.
Yeah, she was done.
She was done. It's too many inputs. Too much inputs coming in.
Those kind of things. Well, she wasn't bad. She wasn't being bad. But it's one of them sensory things where all kids don't.
Yeah, just overload.
Without the love, she really got beside her and quiet everything down to where work with her. Where that's the kind of stuff we have to do. That a lot of people don't get to see that, but I wanted to make sure we acknowledge it. We do take care of kids.
We are experienced and working with special needs and whatever else. And I actually worked with it. It's 10 years in the school system with it. And now I'm in art, but that's my base. I came in special ed and science in high school, so. It's an experience to see too, especially brothers that might haven't seen it before, and that long and right there with it. But it went pretty smooth. And
I think it went great. And even for the kids, I think we had maybe one kid that came 2 days and didn't come back. It was just too much. And I said we did have way more younger kids, like 4-year, 5-year-olds. So you talking about screaming, and so you would get screaming and all that. And
but it looked like even that kid, those couple of days, I seen a little growth with just. I didn't see that the first.
By the last day, they was downstairs sitting with the boys and playing games.
Before
and stuff.
It wasn't like that. And
the art
open up a little more, talk a little more, socialize a little more.
Oh yeah, the art.
Just get that a little bit.
That side of the spectrum. I be hoping the parents understand that when we had kids like that are on the spectrum, and you see their art and their ability. And I was like, if we took lessons, like, no, it's all natural. Like this kid could go far in art. Yeah, but we can't make them do it. We can just we can encourage them.
Shout out to my little partner. I had one who got ready to leave that last day, went and hid downstairs, and I had to go talk. I had to talk him down off the ledge.
They didn't want to go home.
And I really had to talk a brother down. I'm like, we got a little more time to chill, man. We just got to go up and talk to everybody.
Eat a little something. I love that, man.
Yeah, the kid did not want to go home.
I was laughing inside, wanted to cry inside, everything.
And you feel they paid, man. That lets you know they really enjoyed the
It
camp.
was fun. Like this is, yeah, and I want the kids to feel that safety when they're around us. Like it feels safe. It feels like I want to be here. And then I haven't had shout out to Sam Tries. That's one of my kids that I have over at Rockwell Dance Academy. You know, I met his mom and him. And Sam reminded me of my kids when they were young, and I kind of took on to Sam. Sam does everything. Sam was an actor. Sam does wakeboarding. Sam tries everything. So he has a YouTube channel at Sam Tries, SAMTRIEZ, and go follow Sam Tries on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram. And Sam I didn't think he was gonna make it because he comes from he comes from where he can really have everything he wants. He can get what he wants. He has money is not an issue, and he's coming around. Some of these kids, you know, you come up with a shiny object, they taking it.
Yeah.
Just be honest. Them the type of kid we have, and we got to talk to them like, look, man, you want to get that back, man. Don't take that from him, man. Get that back. Mm-hmm. And we had those, but I seen Sam come and quickly adapt to what by the third day, the big kids saying, Sam, and these the older kids. No, Sam cool, Sam with us.
Yeah.
When you could go down in the game room,
the big kid game room now. 17s,
yeah.
He was gaming with the big boy.
Sam was good.
I don't know if any people understand that.
And then he did something that I totally did not expect. Sam called his mom, said, "Mom, I want to spend the night."
Yeah,
that's when that tear. I was like, "Are you sure?" And even his mom was like, "Look, he's gonna say this. He does all. He's gonna say he's gonna spend the night. Then he's gonna call me right before and ask to come home." So we waiting on this call.
Yeah. Anticipate.
Sam never called. Sam had they did a delivery from Target that sent him toothbrush, toothpaste, extra change of clothes, and Sam and they wrestled from the time Uncle Art Camp ended for that day. Mm-hmm. They wrestled. I'm talking about like hard wrestling to about 2:00 in the morning.
Yes.
And it was, we had such a good time. And then even for the dinner, that's the night we had chicken and waffles. Yeah. And I think that's why a lot of them stayed. Yeah. Because that chicken and waffle.
Did we talk about all the cooking yet?
Oh, man, that's the other thing. They got to see the uncles cook. You know how many times you see the man in the kitchen cooking?
Hey, look, we be throwing down.
Uncle Art Camp, this ain't coming to camp, and you get the little snack pack where he feeds you.
Oh, no.
You were actually staying at, most of them are staying at Uncle's house. We on the stove.
We cooking. And I be feeling because I cooked the day I did the baked chicken. I cooked so much chicken and rice and vegetables. I'm like, man, they ain't gonna eat this. Man, no kid ate that chicken.
Through it. I tried to come back and get second. What no rice? Ain't no way they ate all the rice.
They make you feel so good when you have people that eat your cooking, eat your food. It makes you feel so good. And I think that's why our grandmothers and granddad used to cook for us because that feeling what I got. Just every time we cook, they be loving it.
Last year's group
they want
asked
more.
Me to cook the Indian masala stuff.
Oh yeah.
This year, and they was not gonna let me. I was like, they ain't gonna. I was gonna chill.
Remember that last year was the first time some of them ever ate that.
They put me.
They requested.
And that's something every year we try to introduce a dish from another country that the kids haven't had yet.
Exactly.
So a lot of these kids, most kids most kids eat the same thing over and over. They know what they like. Like and parents admit it. We know like. You got kids that say, it's some vegetables I won't eat. I don't like that. And I'll ask them, have you ever tried it? No, I just don't like it. I don't like how it smells. And as we get older, there's a lot of foods that I found out I don't like how it smells. When I ate, I'm like, wait, this ain't bad.
Yeah, they pretty good.
This ain't because a smell can stop you, but a taste can be like, hey, wait. So we try to introduce. It can't do a lot because a kid gonna be a kid, but we have found ways to introduce them to
some things you like.
Oh yeah,
that's a lesson in art though. I'm telling them in class this week too. That's I always start with that. Like everybody say, we're gonna get the bag, we're gonna be rich and famous. I'm gonna travel the world, and then you won't even try nobody else's food, their culture, their art, or something. Where you going? So you got to learn that like nobody really thinks about that. You get older, you gonna go to China and be like we took Jet and got some Chinese food at the real place one time. Jet like, y'all got some ranch? So that's part of that lesson that we can do. Like learning, art, food, dance, and music. You go anywhere in the world, you don't have to speak the same language.
This thing, one of my daughters, definitely a returner from years before.
Oh yeah.
But through the years of Uncle Art Camp and those lessons you talked about, allow her to be able to sign up and go to Europe for the summer. Spend her 2 weeks in
Man,
Europe.
look,
She ain't never.
I would have never thought.
She was the one that didn't talk to nobody, shy, but just going through Uncle Art camp, trying these new foods, and she learned to just get herself
by herself with
by
a
herself.
school group.
Yeah.
That's
By herself.
Even now,
Did that before
she
Art
comes
camp.
back and teaches a lesson at Uncle Art
Yeah,
Camp
she's taught
every
2
year.
years straight.
She has. Even though this year after her lesson, she came to me and she said, Uncle Mario, I'm not coming back.
I think
I'm
this
not
year
coming-
the amount of girls.
I'm not coming back.
She wasn't used to the screaming.
Oh, and speaking through that with the
Yeah.
lessons kid, I don't want to forget that, you know, the older kids, just like you said, come back to help the boys in the cooking.
Oh, yeah, that's
stuff.
right.
The boys
Yeah,
get
the
on
older kids
grill.
did.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man, that's
They grew up the
Yeah,
hamburgers.
the uncles no longer have to cook hamburgers and hot dogs.
Yeah.
The boys are, and they do a great job. I didn't even
They
get it.
enjoy
By the
it.
time I had to go take a kid home on Friday back to Decatur, Georgia, and by the time I got back, all the burgers were gone, so I didn't
Yeah.
get to taste the burger.
Now, mind you, this man done made me drive back to the store because he forgot a certain seasoning he needed.
Oh, okay.
He wanted that smoked paprika. He
Gotcha.
said, Dad, I can't cook it without smoked paprika.
See all
I
of that.
said, no, I didn't even know about that. So they put their own dry rub on
But-
it.
and
They look forward to showing
But this
off.
is something that you got to think too. A kid may not never admit it, but subconscious they've seen us cook year after year.
Yeah.
They've seen it, they watch, and they know, okay.
together.
And now you see them taking pride in cooking and watching other people eat.
Right, yes.
And I love that for them, man. They ate so much. That's every year. That's my fear. I don't like the food is the most expensive part of Uncle Art Camp now.
Yeah.
And
They
like
definitely eat their way to go.
they try breakfast. You try 2 packs of bacon, a pack of sausage, 2 packs of biscuits.
They ate 42 biscuits in one
Whole
go,
pack of
man.
biscuits.
42
One
biscuits.
biscuit,
Gone.
piece of bacon.
Gone.
Man.
Yeah,
But
they
that's
was
another
eating.
thing with uncles. Like, look, we like,
Hey,
look,
eat it.
this ain't at your mama house. Look, eat.
If it's there, eat it. Yeah.
What you want? Like, I want kids to just.
Now we did have to hide the snacks.
Yeah, snacks were a little wild.
They went
Snacks
through
bought
about $300
by
worth
that
of
second
snacks
day.
on one day, and we ended up locking the snacks in a different room with
We
a.
call backup donations.
Yeah, we had to call in. Thank you, Angelo and Train Robinson. They called in Sam's and got us Instacart delivery of some new snacks. Another couple $100 worth of snacks, and we had to lock them up and kind of disperse them. We got to disperse them during the
If
week.
the kid got sick, we apologize. Because a lot of them ate some of them cookies. They wanted to cook, but they ate a lot of cookies.
Now, last year we did have kids eat so much snack. One of them got sick, and this year we
Nobody got sick.
we did better this year. Yeah, we
nobody
did
got
better.
sick. They was hyper. We did send them back home. hyper.
They did have a lot of snacks, but now I know I want to break like. And great discussion, fellas. Like I appreciate this. Like this is more than what I expected, and giving people just an overview of what Uncle Art Camp is, how it started, how we got here, the ups and downs of it. I just want to talk about the future. Now, really, and I know we kind of stopped talking about it, but I really like for you, like what did it, like as we move forward right now, like you've kind of had to reset. Like what's that transition been for you going straight from Uncle Art Camp to you ain't been to work since?
Yeah, they took me out, man. They took me out. You know, one thing I did, like some of the kids that came by the house and seen me that was in art camp. That was pretty cool to see them actually come to my house and, you know, make sure I'm okay weeks after, you know, the accident happened. But just to reset and regroup and see what you want to do with it, as far as not only just going forward with art camp, but okay, we gotta regroup on some games and everything.
Right.
But we got a lot of stuff there on our STEM program stuff. But now that we're thinking to add in even more STEM and get even more curriculum. So now you can take these and we can start doing certificates and things like that.
Oh yeah,
you coming away with some knowledge and you coming away with a piece of paper saying you learned the whole process.
I know this man won't talk about himself. I'm trying to get him to talk about himself. he keep pivoting back to the kid.
We talking about are you going back to the hospital?
Hey, bro, you can't walk, but I want people to know.
Well, yeah, like I'm Tiny Tim, man.
look. Let me just ask you a direct question then. Like, what does that feel like to have to sit out of work? Nothing to do with Uncle Art Camp, just you as a dad, as a man. Like, how are you dealing with that? Like, what do you do every day? What's an average day for you?
It did inquire me to, like, even before Uncle Art Camp. I know my birthday, May 8th. My mom came to me. She gave me one of my old paintings, like paint by numbers. I don't know if y'all remember that.
Right.
That was my favorite thing as a kid, how I got into painting. She brought me one for my birthday, and she's like, you're doing too much. You work a lot. You're always going somewhere with the kids. Just slow down and really just slow down and enjoy life. And I said, man, if I could just get through Uncle Art Camp, I ain't got nothing else planned for 2 months after that, I'll be okay.
Right.
And just like that. And then come the last day on Art Camp, getting hurt and being forced to really sit down and really, take my time. That was one of the biggest things that I was like, dang, man, just to know that somebody came through and already had thought I needed that before I needed that. Mom be knowing.
When she speaks something, I don't care what nobody say. When she speaks something, think it ain't gonna be so.
Yeah. So actually, it was almost to the day because he told me on the 8th. It happened on the 4th.
Wow.
3 months later. So it was almost exactly 3 months.
So when are you expected to go back to work?
So I still got some more time out. Just not starting rehab, learning how to walk again. That's been one of the things where, you the man in the house. You've been doing everything, fixing everything, doing all that. So now calling my boys and realize that not only have they been watching me, they know how to do a lot of stuff.
Right.
They always, Dad got it. Now, Dad, don't worry about that, man. Sit down. So I got it, man. You doing too much. So now they get me to sit down and speak. And I got to listen. But it does, as a parent, it makes you proud that they have been listening and they can go fix stuff. One of the things that got broke, every year something get broke with these big kids in the house. The toilet handle got broke. Then nobody wants to say that. It's 2 o'clock in the morning, I hear water running. What is wrong?
Wow.
And they broke the handle. So I had one order from Amazon. I'm like, man, if I could just get up, man, I got it. Don't worry about that. Sit down, man. We got it. So just seeing them being able to just do stuff like that, that's been good to see.
I was about to say, I experienced, my end where I was telling you, my son Jet had both sides of his passenger truck tire went flat. Mm-hmm. And he said his first thought was call Uncle Ant. They were like, man, Uncle Ant can't help. So he called me and I brought him stuff. Jet he took the tires off. We got it put on jack stands.
There you go.
And then we took the old tires over to get new tires put on it, brought them back, put them back on the truck. He drove home. And I love that he didn't panic.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it taught me. We talked about athlete like that. Like when a car battery died, we teach them don't panic. Like just sit down, take a moment, breathe. And let's figure out, okay, what's the first thing we need to do?
We go through the options, pick the best option,
go
try.
through your options.
Guess what? The first one might not work. Yeah. Then you got to go to the next one. But learning that process.
But I know that's something they get from you. But I love that Jet told me, like, when his truck went up, first thing he thought about was Uncle Ant. Yeah, and this time he couldn't call Uncle Ant. And so he had to, but you got to think all the times you've helped him.
Yeah, well, you had conversations on the phone where he's under the truck. I see the boat. Now, what I do with this now? I love that they not only know that you're going to know how to fix it, but just to trust in them to know that, man, I'm in something I know I can't figure out. If I could just get somebody to just talk me through it, I'd be all right. Sometimes as adults, we need the same thing. So to be able to get that as a kid early,
that's a lesson
in a teacher. One of the worst things we have in our culture as men is not asking for help.
Right.
That's a hard one. So to teach these boys and even these young adults, that they big kids now, that it's okay. It's okay to ask for some help. And that's one thing this leg doesn't show me. It's okay to ask for some help.
Right.
Hey boys, I can't get my walker down the steps. I'm screaming up the steps. Can anybody get my walker? But it's been fun though, man, to see how they help me out and do stuff, man. I'll be back on my feet by October. Doc told me he's gonna have me back dunking by October.
Okay.
So we're gonna see. But yeah, just for them, they very encouraging. And to see how
that's
they
good,
push
man.
me. Hey, Dad, you got to don't worry about it, man. You come on straight. And come home, tell me the stuff about football. I can't make it to their stuff. They had their first scrimmage Wednesday.
Oh, that's right.
I tried to get out the house. Don't worry, we're going to come back and let you know how it went. I tried to go.
Like Coach
tried to go. Yeah, I'm going to be trying to limp it out. I prop my leg up, man.
Out there man. Got my boy out
there. Don't come yet. Don't worry.
By the time you get ready, you ain't going to want that cold air on your leg. By the time.
Man, I got to go see them, man.
Yeah.
It's one thing that they do. They always... they love when they got people in the stands.
Yeah, man, I got it.
1 play to 10 plays when they have people in the stands.
I know I got to get out there, man.
So
see them
just
boys.
that support, I try to make sure. For my dad, I say my dad, all our dads. Father takes. I say what it means for me.
We got the same dad.
I say what it means for me because he came and supported each one of us.
Oh yeah.
So when Jerald and y'all were seniors, I'm freshmen. When Mario's there, it was when the 6th grade and the high school was combined. So you ain't get no looks. Jerald run the ball, you ain't get no looks.
Right.
You on the back of the end zone on bench, so you ain't get no looks. But as I got older and seeing how he still after Jeff, I thought once Jerald stopped playing football or played in college, he wasn't coming no more.
Right.
See him come out and he kept us with track. helped us with football, helped us with wrestling. Any sport we played, he came out there. So I want to do the same. For
I appreciate you saying that too, because them the years I wasn't around. When I left for college, and so I didn't see a lot of y'all upbringing, like you, Josh Landa. Like I was after Jerald might have been the last one that I caught a little bit of. After that, like I wasn't trying to.
It was the bottom four. You know, once we got to the bottom four, y'all big kids, y'all.
We was gone.
Y'all was either in college or the Navy. Y'all was so far. You know, the age gap. So y'all was so far in life, just to come to a college and see y'all play football, see your art. Just to see the stuff y'all was doing at such a high level,
right,
motivated us to want to do better.
I remember a couple times, at least 1 or 2 times, that y'all came and stayed with me when I was at Georgia State University in Atlanta. Wow.
Why you do it? Hey, he had us walking everyone. Cut that from everyone. But anyway, just beside that, man, you know, he'll pack that cutlass out and bring everybody.
I did take my little brother to Freaknik. I did.
We went.
I did.
It was exposure. It was good.
I did. But I also took y'all to, I remember taking a group to a jazz concert at the Rialto in downtown Atlanta.
Concert.
And watching the people on the cello, like trying to really get them exposure to something.
To the High Museum.
Yeah.
The museum to see art. That was a... I didn't think we had stuff like that.
We should just go and do stuff around Atlanta, like anything to Georgia State, because Georgia State they owned their own performance center. Yeah. So we would go there and try to catch shows when they used to have free shows, free music shows, free art shows, and that's the type of stuff I just wanted to expose everybody to.
We segued a little bit, but that's kind of
the future.
How we working with each other is how we kind of influence each other to do the same thing with the kids and watching dad and uncles and whatnot and doing that with us. And then we started, like you said, the top 4. We had an older group and the bottom 4. So we just kind of
that's perfect though.
As big brothers, big sisters.
That is perfect, because that's what we're talking about, how do we move forward. And I always tell people, like, my goal for Uncle Art Camp is we don't just get a kid for a week and then we never see them again.
Yeah, keep up with.
We want to keep up with these kids, even if they don't come back to Uncle Art. I'm on their mom and dad Facebook page. How they doing? What are the kids doing now? When they have these accomplishments, I'm on there liking, commenting, like tell them I said, hey. Yeah. Like, tell them come see me sometime. Like, we follow these kids all for the rest of their life. They have an attachment. They have these uncles that's going to support them. And I just went to my nephew's house and just had his first baby. You know, congratulations for Lindley. Little Lindley is born now from a nephew Angelo II, Lolo. But just came from his house and just seeing that lineage there. And I'm telling her, look, I don't really hold the young babies so they can sit up by themselves and hold their neck up. Like, I don't want them scooping the neck falling. I'm like, what? But what I am, I'm for support. If y'all need financially, mentally, spiritually, like whatever you need, I'm always here. And that's what I see with this group of uncles we got. Yeah. Whatever these kids need, y'all reach out to us, and we'll. If we can't do it, we'll find somebody that can. If we can't, we'll just pray.
Yeah, we call them to get support.
We got kids that ain't even make it to camp. They done been following me on TikTok and y'all on Instagram and all this type of stuff. I got kids in school calling me Big Unc now. I guess.
Oh yeah.
Old Unc status.
Hey, look, I got all the dance kids call me Uncle Mario now. Like, I'm at the dance studio, like, so.
Shout out to Rockwell Dance Studio, but, we made uncles too.
At first, I was like, man, I used to be one of the ones to get mad when people tell my son to call them uncle or auntie and they ain't related to you. I used to get mad about that. Like, that ain't your uncle, bro. And now, it's funny how that spins. The karma came back around, and now everybody calls me uncle. And like they softened me up to where now I accept it, and it's a badge of honor for me now when a kid calls me Uncle Mario. It shows trust.
You want to make sure that dude's solid though.
Yeah, gotta make sure you're
go ahead and brag on us and claim. I know we some solid.
Yeah,
dudes.
We solid.
So when your kids around us, that's why a lot of people bring their kids to the camp.
Yeah, we got them
for real. Uncle love, positivity. Ain't no dumb stuff. Ain't no crazy stuff. And they really gonna have an uncle for life and good peoples around them that they can really call on. So, like when we were saying, like, oh, that dude ain't your uncle, I'm looking at it like, wait a minute, let me make sure he's cool.
Yeah, let me check him out. Yeah,
do this background check, all that. But yeah, I'm gonna brag on us for that. Like, I do claim to be solid dude, and I know I can vouch for the brothers and whatnot. So. That's good stuff. And then you got kids way outside of camp, outside the family and the school system. It's cool stuff to see that they've been watching. And they're like, man, I seen y'all cooking all that stuff. Or they talking about different stuff that we did in camp. and they follow all the way through, and they want to be a part of it,
Yeah.
And it's just a random kid in school. I didn't even know they were looking.
I have a lot of them like that, man. I try to tell them, we always call it the fifth kid in my family. I got 4 kids, 2 boys, 2 girls, but we always call it the fifth kid. I got so many fifth kids running around here. Hey, anytime they stop by, they the kids that walk in the house, parents drop them off, they walking, hey, go in the refrigerator, they bring food to cook, we eat together, them kind of kids.
Man.
And it's so cool because I seen that in our house coming up as we had that kind of thing of always having somebody.
There was always somebody there.
Come over. So they had that kind of stuff where they, I'm getting up in the morning, I'm smelling bacon, I'm like, what they're cooking? There be somebody kid. Like, oh, you here? Ain't no, you like, yeah, I just thought I'd come on, just hang out for a while, and they're cooking breakfast. So it's like that kind of stuff to where it's they comfortable here and feel safe. So if I can make the same thing that I grew up in, they can feel safe as I felt when people was coming over.
You can just give them that a little bit.
I try to give them that. And for me, it's really like, I know every kid is not going to be an NFL, NBA, entertainer, celebrity type. And it's like, man, what can we give them to where they find some early confidence in themselves, and they learn to value themselves, and we just teach them, like, find a skill, especially creativity, art, music, even video gaming. Like, can you work on cars? Like, all this stuff. They see us garden. I love plants. They'll see all the plants in my house, and I'll help me take care of my plants. But I think you can go so much further in life when you understand your value. Mm-hmm. When you understand how much you're worth from an early age. Yeah. Like you got a skill, you got a value, you got something that makes you feel like you can walk in any room and be confident. Yeah. Like I can't catch them football passes, but man, I make a mean picture. Or I can get on that grill. I bet none of y'all cook better than me.
Exactly.
And it's as simple as that sound.
I seen the boy's face like that, like Deuce and them. When he said about barbecue, and when I walked out and seen dude's face, he just looked like he had that
when Youngin do like that, when he do like that, and that's something to say because I hate cooking on the grill. I'm like one of them men that like. I don't. It take forever for me to get a fire started. It take forever.
I had to go out there and show them how to start a fire, how to clean it before you start. I gave them the Uncle Basics.
I don't like my meat falling through the grill.
To help you, I can show you how to. So I just showed them some basics, showed them how to keep together. Right. Had to start them off with the aluminum foil on that, so he wanted to how to make his patty so they don't fall apart.
My hamburger patty be falling all through the grill.
You gotta do that thing, man.
So you gotta do it. Like that's nothing, but that's such a life lesson of just confidence on that. I got one thing that ain't none of y'all gonna beat me at.
Exactly.
Like that's how I got my first confidence in middle school. I won a cake baking contest. We grew up with grandma and mom and pops,
right.
So we learned how to cook. We do everything since we was like, because we
talking about sewing, cooking,
so,
like
the home ec class. I'm the only one who could cook and sew and do everything in there. And
right.
I cooked carrot cake too. I threw that.
Oh, I messed up.
I'm gonna brag about myself. But once I see, I was like, we can't do tough, so we move in Smyrna. It's off the topic a little bit, but no confidence. Like I don't know how we gonna fit in, what we gonna do, and I was that shy kid. But then once I seen, I had that one up on everybody that gave me that confidence.
Man, we went from a dirt road. I'm talking about from a dirt road to going living in an apartment.
Like we always talk about Uncle Shay now.
Yeah,
like,
man.
Halfway like that.
I love that story.
Yeah, man. Yeah. And that's a big shift. And then I had people trying to test me, like trying to see what I'm about.
Yeah.
And I just had to deal with that. I'm like, bro, like the one thing they learned is country boy is tough. You ain't finna fight us. You just not. You don't want that. Even if we can't win, every day you're gonna see us, and because we love it, win or lose, we just love that. We love the physical confrontation.
Yeah.
And so I had to deal with all that, but it was like the moment when I found out I could draw and I could do art, and people would stand around me and watch me.
Around.
A light bulb went off. It was like, man, okay.
Yeah. So
okay.
Explain that around the camp to.
I'm gonna be all right.
Be able to give them kids or give a toddler. We had a few toddlers that confidence at that age before they get to what we had to go through and figuring stuff out on our own like that. Man, that's like I don't know, magical. I don't even know what word to say.
Yeah.
So I guess that might be a good way to end this on. It's like just that's what we want to leave the kid. We want to leave the kids with a sense of belonging, a sense of accomplishment, a sense of I'm supposed to be here. Like I deserve to live. I deserve to be here. I got something to give to the world.
Not just I got some STEAM lessons.
Yeah,
and like, it's real.
and when I go through those moments, because we all do get to the moments where we feel down, we feel like we don't know if we belong here. We got a community we go to, and we talk about it all the time. I can come over here and tell you how many. I just come over here and sit down and work from here.
Just healing.
I don't want that. I just want to come. I just need to be around somebody because I'm down right now, and I can't. My creativity ain't working. I can't get nothing finished. I just need to be around some creativity.
Yeah, that's one of my healing things. I just made a post about that. How just having the brothers stop by and friends. That's better healing than all the pills they got me on, the rehab. When you got some people that just cool people, hey, it charge you back up. Sometimes when your cup run over, somebody got to fill it back up. Especially when you drop the cup unexpectedly.
Right.
And then it's empty.
Right. Now, we hear from each other, man. We hear from each other, and this going to be how we going to end this episode, man. We can talk all day. I think we're running out of tape right now. But, yeah, it's the Rooted in Love show with the Robinson boys, the Robinson brothers. I'm Mario.
I'm Jerald. This is how we roll.
I'm Rizo.
Yes, we'll see y'all on the next one.